Hey everyone, today we are talking about backup. And there's a lot in details that could go into talking about backup. So I'm going to do a very high level kind of overview of what backup means. And my most recent blog was about backing up. So I encourage you to check that out on my website, and I will post a link. But the biggest thing I want you to understand is the difference between backing up and syncing. So basically, backing up is one-way communication. So if you're backing up your phone photos, they're going to your computer or they're going to a cloud service, and it's one way. They're just going straight from there. Or if you're backing up your computer, it's going to an external hard drive or a cloud service. Whereas syncing means it's two-way communication. So, for example, iCloud is a syncing service. So there's people that are like, oh, my photos are backed up to iCloud. Well, they're not backed up, and that's what Apple will tell you. They are synced. So if you delete that photo on your phone, it's also deleted from iCloud. So key point, but we'll talk more about syncing services on another day. But backing up is a one-way communication. Also, in the industry, we recommend 3-2-1 backup. And that's for your photos or any files that you want to keep. So that means 3 different copies. So for example, I keep a copy, my photo hubs on my computer. So that's 1 copy. I copy them to an external hard drive, 2 copies, and 3, I use Backblaze to back up my computer, 3 copies. See how that, it can be 3 copies any way you like, but 3 different copies. 2 different types of mediums. So in the example I gave you before, one was my computer, one was an external hard drive, and one was a cloud service. So that was 3 different types of medium. And the reason we say that is you don't want to just have them on, especially you don't want to buy 2 external hard drives at the exact same time, the exact same model, and copy them. Because if one goes bad, maybe the other one could go bad too. So just 2 different ways of storing them. One could be your computer, one's an external hard drive, one's a cloud service. And one is offsite. So when I say offsite, that's a cloud service, or it's putting everything on an external hard drive and then giving that to a friend, a family member, putting in a safe deposit box. Now, I prefer and highly recommend a cloud service because it's much more easy to update and gain access to. So, for example, something happens to my computer, all my photos are gone. It's much easier for me to retrieve them and download them from a cloud service than it is, what if I'd given the extra copy to my parents in Kearney on an external hard drive? I either have to drive there and get it, or they have to mail it, and I can't update it, except when I go there and see them, or if I want to. So that's why I highly recommend a cloud service as a backup. And then on that note, I think it's good to have both automatic backups and backups that are just copies that you make. So what I mean by that is automatic backups would be like an online service like Backblaze, Carbonite. There's plenty of them out there. I personally use Backblaze. But it's just constantly running on my computer and automatically backing up any new things that happen on my computer on a daily basis. You can also set that up with an external hard drive. Mostly practical if you have a desktop computer and not a laptop, because you don't want it constantly moving. If you can see, the iMac behind me has an external hard drive. It's always connected. It's backing up to Time Machine. Windows computers have, you can set it up. I think it's just type in backup into your search and you can set it up. But that way you don't have to worry about it. It's just always happening in the background. But I find those types of backups are most helpful if your computer crashes and you need to recapture everything. What they're not easy to do is, let's say I just realized I can't find all of my 2016 photos. Now, one, that would be devastating for me because that's the year my son was born, and I would hate to lose all those photos. Never going to happen to me because I've got backups in way more than 3 places. But if I was just using that automatic backup, it would be really hard for me to find those just those specific photos. I would have to, it would be a lot of searching to find that. So what I do recommend is I do it monthly. If you don't take a lot of pictures, maybe doing it quarterly or even annually. And I just copy everything that's in my photo hub onto my external hard drive. Only the new information. I don't keep copying over. So we just finished May. I'll copy over all of my May stuff. If I've already copied April and March, I don't want to copy it again because all you're doing is making a mess, really. You're making multiple copies of it. So just keep track, which should be pretty easy if you're doing it on a regular basis, and make a copy. I also say before you start any organizing process, make a backup. So that means just copy the mess. Copy the mess on your computer and say, computer, if you do it today, say computer backup June 3rd, 2021. And with the plans that you never actually touch that file again, hopefully, but it's safe in case something happens while you're doing an organizing process, you have that. So I realize that was a lot of information, and I will try to put some things in the notes to help explain it a little more in segments. Thanks.